have a little biology class, shall we? It takes a male sperm and a female egg to fuse together to create a baby. Did you get that? Male sperm, female egg, fusing together. Not a male somewhere in the vicinity and a woman getting pregnant. We don't fall pregnant, no, we certainly do not. And we do not climb on top of ourselves and get pregnant. It takes two to produce a baby. So I'm wondering, why is it that society expects women, the mothers, to raise these children alone? I think it is time we blame the fathers too for how children turn out. So let's talk about this issue that has me. Let me not start. But I brought the best people to help me dissect this one. I've got Ore.TV, who's an actor, producer, and a teacher. She's fantastic, you guys. Hey, girl.
Hey, baby. I know, I got you.
This is probably, no offense, I love you both, but this is probably like my favorite guest here today. We've got Adeleke Laolu, did I get that right? Laoye, I'm sorry, who's an architect, and get this, he's a stay-home dad.
Yeah, you.
Yes. Okay. And then of course, right next to me, who's gonna be making a little trouble with me? Right?
No.
I've got Bankes Bear, who's an ecopreneur. She's doing wonderful. Let me not get into it because I won't stop. First up, where did we get the idea in our culture that raising a child is a woman's job alone? Where did that come from? Because I don't know. We're seeing it everywhere where it's like. So let me start with this. There's a Yoruba proverb that says that if a child, I wish I could say this in Yoruba, if a child is good, it's the father's child, but if the child is bad, it's the mother's child. What is that?
Okay.
Can I start?
Yes, please.
Please start.
Favorite guest.
Yeah.
First of all, I would say, as Nigerians, as Africans, we tend to take the bits of culture that favor us and dump the ones that don't favor us. So the idea that it's the woman that raises the child, or it's the woman that cares for the child, is an aberration of African culture. Let's tell ourselves the truth.
Okay.
Traditionally, it's the woman's place to do the domestic things in the house, raising the child, feeding the child, bathing the child, cleaning the house. The man goes to the farm, comes back with the foodstuffs. If he sells anything, he brings the money home and all that. But you see, the truth about parenting in the African sense, the man has his place, the woman has her place as well.
Okay.
But the modern thinking has deleted the part of the man in raising the child.
What is the part of the man in raising the child according to African culture?
According to African culture, it's the education of the child. Education not in the sense of you're putting money down to send the child to school.
Okay.
Education in the sense that you're telling the child this is what he needs to do. You're affecting his mentality.
Okay.
But unfortunately, you see, that aspect of the education of the child is more centered on the male child.
So you're thinking that the woman is for the nurturing of their health and the physical aspects, and the man is supposed to be their mind and their behavior?
Exactly.
Or what do you think about this?
But he said something. He said,
I was about to go there.
he said the male child.
Right.
And then you see situations where most boys don't have a good relationship with their fathers because these men, the way he said, they're trying to, because they want to see themselves in these boys, they want them to be a good representation of them. So they tend to go a little bit too hard on the boys. They're not patient, like the moms and all of that. So they go really harsh on the boys because they want them to portray a certain image of, these family men, and all of that. So they go way hard on them. So yeah, in that sense, you can say that, the men, they invest in their boys, but then still
in their boys. How about the girl child?
Hello. Okay.
And that is where there's an imbalance. Do you understand? He made a statement. Yes, I agree that the African ideology of bringing up a child is the man should focus on the male child, while the woman should focus on the female child, teach her girly things like going to the kitchen, making sure your husband's going to eat good food.
Oh God, please do
But girly things in court.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Our
Yeah.
culture is
Yeah.
what we
Yeah.
even I grew up with
all
that.
grew up,
Yes,
yes.
you know, the woman's supposed to take care of the home, she's the nurturer, she's the helper.
Yeah.
You know, one shouldn't be too ambitious, you should be like
Yes,
humble,
yeah.
you
And
should be
submissive.
Oh my god, I
Submissive.
wish you guys were on our
Yeah.
first episode. This is
Okay.
exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, so I mean, and that is definitely wrong because parenting is, it takes two to parent, it takes two to tango.
It took two to make a
Yes,
child.
it wasn't just like, you know, the egg was there and then the
She
sperm
didn't
just came
climb on top of herself and get
just came from
pregnant.
above and fell on the egg. No,
Actually,
there was intercourse.
We did not fall pregnant.
No,
They did
Oh,
not fall pregnant.
okay. What?
You know,
so
there was a
yeah.
process.
Okay, so I want to bring this back to something that happened recently, and as much as I tried not to go to this issue, I'm going to go to it. So lately, and the unfortunate thing is he happens to be one of my favorite actors. I loved him from
Who is this?
Tinsel, Benro.
Well,
I loved Benro from Tinsel, right? Now, Benro might have his reasons. I don't really think it's my business and I don't want to know. But my problem is how he was saying, what woman leaves her kid at home to go out and have some fun? First of all, context. His wife is an actor. Right, she's a performer, so she needs to be
seen.
because this industry is about
Okay.
visibility. If you're
Yeah.
not seen,
Yeah.
because I do red carpet, right? And then I'm like, why didn't this person come for this show?
Yeah.
And you never know. We want to do an interview with you. We want to take a picture of you, post it, talk
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
it. There's no bad publicity, really, as it were,
Yeah.
in media. But she needs to be seen. She needs
Yeah.
to go for award shows.
Yeah.
She hosts some of them. Some
Yeah.
of them she just has to be
and
there.
most of the jobs that she
They're
does,
at
aside from
night.
acting, they're at night.
I get home 3 a.m., 4 a.m. sometimes, and I'm not even at her level, you know,
Yeah.
because I went out to work. But you knew this before you married her, right?
Thank you.
sister.
So why are
Thank
we?
you.
Why are we coming now? And brother is not even here.
Okay.
So
wow.
I didn't see why Osas was getting blamed. I mean, she might have her faults. Maybe she overdid it, or maybe she left the kid alone, or whatever.
Adeleke has
Yes.
his
Okay.
hands
I'm gonna
up.
shush. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'd like to start off by
Okay.
saying, whatever his issues were with his wife, he
Yeah.
didn't need to post it on the public space. He just need to keep it at home, keep it between the two of you. Now, in the African sense, because I've seen statements, I've seen comments on social media saying, as an African man, he should not accept that. He should not. That's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
Bruh.
I
That's
know,
what I'm
Say
saying.
it again,
If you
that's
want- If
bullshit.
you want to go by the African context, if there's a problem in the home, if you cannot solve it at home, you call your family.
Exactly.
Both sides of the family.
But he
to
did
solve
say,
that. Yes.
according in his words, quotes,
Yeah.
I have used the two families to beg you or to talk to you, and I think this is the final warning.
But you know,
and
to
they
beg
said,
her to do
since you like
what?
to use this
Let-
app so much, let me bring it here or something.
That was
funny.
the dumbest
So
thing I ever
childish.
saw.
Let me answer that for you. Let me answer.
Childish.
Now, if he has taken it to the family
Yeah.
and the family could not resolve it, it means it hasn't been resolved. You still don't have the right to put it in the public space. There's
Especially
absolutely
when
no-
your child is involved.
especially
Because
the
this child is going
involved.
to grow up in about
Internet
2
never
years.
forgets.
Like
In about 2 years, she's
internet
going to
never
have this.
forgets.
She has an
Let's even
Instagram
say
page.
she's too small to really know what's going on. But in about 2 years, she's going to see
No,
this.
I'm even saying
But you
how
see-
involved she is, like in social. She has
It
an
might be her
Instagram
page,
page.
and
The
it could
truth
be her
of the
mom
matter-
running it.
No, I
just
mean,
like-
but she already has a
Oh yeah,
page.
she
Do
already
you get what I
has
mean?
a
I've
page,
signed
yeah.
to
So
her.
eventually
he
it'll-
gets.
The truth of the
It's-
matter is,
it's-
whether the child is 2 months old or 3 years old or 5 years or 20 years old, the child actually knows what is going on. I'm speaking from experience.
Yeah.
My child at 5 months old was doing things and
He was feeding off the
Reacting-
energy
I was about
that
to say,
was
they
in
feed
reacting
off.
him.
to
I was
things
about to
that
say
happen
that,
at
yeah.
home.
You don't need to like know in details what's
You
happening,
understand? So
but they
if he's saying he's reporting his wife on the internet on Instagram for what good
Yes.
that would
Social
do,
media family members to, you know.
whatever good that
Sorry,
would
I
do.
won't even come in here. And I think his motive was he was thinking if he does this, you know, maybe he would get like some backing, people
Yeah.
support.
That was what he was.
80,
When did he get some
90%,
of that?
like 20% of the people were like, oh, it's true, why is she partying? But 90% came for
Her
him,
job is
called
to
him
party,
weak,
yes.
called him irresponsible because you've been in America for over
And then
a
also
year.
because, you
they
know,
fly out to meet
To
you.
meet you.
Do you
Exactly.
understand? She's
So-
trying over here. She's the only one at home. Yes, she has a nanny, but she has to work. She has dreams.
then I
too.
know
They are
that-
out
yeah, a lot
there
of
chasing
people
your
say
dreams
that.
in Miami with your nipple ring.
Some
bring
people
some
say
calm
that.
into
Some
this,
people
please.
say that, oh, it's partying. But you know, half the time at these events, right? I mean, maybe not for someone of her status, but for people in the industry. You're working, you're
no
busy
matter your
networking,
status.
you know, you're sharing your business cards, or you're
You're just
somebody-
smiling to the
You don't
right
even need to
people.
break
have
it
to be
down. You don't need to-
there.
We know that most, well, not all, but most of them are actually, it's called socializing.
God.
Exactly.
There are people that are called socialites. They don't have work code. They just go out
And they
for
make money
events
from
and make
it.
money from it. So what are you talking about?
And this
Beirut,
is for a
but,
good cause. She has to make money to take
I'm
care
sure
of
he
her. I'm not
turned
saying, like, we really don't know if maybe he's contributing to the home financially or anything.
Probably
But
isn't.
then you can see it is glaring that this woman, this lovely, amazing person,
Beautiful woman.
she's making efforts to put food on the table, to not rely on anybody.
wait, all
She
right.
keeps going for her own self-ambition, for her child, and for
That's
the
where
family
I was
as
going.
well.
I'm not even about whatever faults Osas has, because I know she's not without faults.
Of course,
in
she's
this
not
thing.
perfect.
I'm not even about whether she's working hard to put food on the table or not. But before she's a mom and a wife,
She
first
was
of all a
someone.
woman. She's a person.
She was a
She's
person.
allowed to have her own.
She had her own
ambitions,
life.
Her own dreams.
Alright, like,
He met her.
It's hard.
He met
Like,
her.
I couldn't
No,
get
I'm
the moment.
serious.
When
He
she's
met
a
her.
person.
He
She's a
met her.
human
Oh,
being.
chill. He met her a certain way.
Yes.
Right? I understand that compromises have to come into place to make this thing work, to make this journey called marriage work. But it does not negate the
two-way
fact
street.
that
Thank you.
she was a person. That is why we emphasize
She is
that be your
still
own
a
person
person,
before
yes.
you go into marriage, so that the lines are not blurred, so your identity lines are not blurred. She was a person. She had her own identity before you guys started going out, and you guys were on set together. You were on the same project together.
Yes.
So it's not like you were oblivious
where they
to
met?
who she was. And I'm sure it was one of the things that attracted him to her.
Sorry, all right,
Right?
I'm going to cut you here. When we're discussing outside,
Okay.
I made a statement that there is something I learned like very, very early on in my life, and it's that communication is the blood that runs in the vein of every relationship.
Yeah.
Now, it's obvious that it's either I'm not there, but their marriage is lacking communication, or one person is not listening.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because the truth is, like you said, they met on sets. And there is something that Miles Monroe used to say, even when you get married, you're still single.
Yeah.
You're still you're an individual. You have your
Yeah.
own. Yes, you come together. You have
Yeah.
joint, decisions,
Yeah,
joint
all that.
dreams.
But
But you
you're
still have your
still
own
your own
personal.
person, yeah.
You can't lose yourself.
But
Do you
that's
understand?
what the culture here in Nigeria and Africa
And I was gonna
wants
go
the
there.
women to
Now,
do.
Osas grew up in the US, for crying out loud. Bero, I don't know his background, and I don't want to come. I'm
quiet.
as in, I don't want to come for you, Bero, because you hurt my feelings.
And then he really
But
did hurt
no,
my
I feel
feelings.
Yeah.
they have two different orientations. Do you understand? Osas grew up in the US, where co-parenting is like breathing.
Yeah.
Even divorced couples
Still
co-parent
They look for ways to
peacefully.
make it
You will
work.
see in a canon with Mariah Carey's new guy and their twins, and everybody's having like dinner and they're laughing and you're like,
Because
or you see
of
Will
the
Smith
kids.
and his
Right,
ex-wife,
yeah.
and I'm like, everybody's happy. But in Nigeria, no. Even in marriage, no. The parenting is for the mother. She has to clean the diaper, change the diaper, clean the house. I just come home, send money to your account, make sure there's food on the table. I'm in my room watching CNN or Super Sport.
And when she hits
That's
the fan,
bullshit.
it's the woman that gets.
That's bullshit. And
blamed.
then the girl child who has had no attention from her father all her life gets pregnant at 15 and it
then-
is one way.
And you're wondering where daddy
That
issues
is
come
bullshit.
from.
That's where daddy issues come from.
Daddy
She
issues
wasn't
come from
fathered. She
there.
wasn't loved from you.
So when we say daddy issues, it's not even about the father being absent
Abusive
physically
or
anything.
something.
No,
You can
it's
be
the lack
there
of love.
physically, but you're not.
Not
You're
there.
not involved
Exactly.
in.
You're not there.
Okay, so let's bring it back to this particular point. So for me, I think that it's pretty much just a double standard where a man is allowed to take off with his friends and go have some fun, but because you're a new mom or you're a mom of toddlers, you have to sit.
Or
with
you're a
them
mom in general.
till they grow to a certain age before your life continues. I don't think that's right. And one of the things that is rampant now is depression, postpartum. I think
Yeah.
depression. It's getting more. And I heard a very sad story. Mid last year, a friend of mine, we went out for a hangout, a girls' hangout, and then she was rushing off somewhere. And I'm saying, babe, where are you going? And she needs to go see if her friend's husband. And I'm like, why are you seeing your friend's husband? Babe, it's a long story. And I'm like, okay, just tell me what really happened. Apparently, her friend had a child 2 weeks before this date and killed herself. So she killed herself when her baby was about 2 weeks old.
Yeah.
I mean, out of nowhere.
Out of somewhere, but
But
I have a story for you guys.
But that just happened. And last year, this woman, I don't know, on Twitter, I don't know if it was a 6-month-old child or how old the child was. She went out for one night, you guys, one night, and then everybody on Twitter just came for her. Like, aren't we allowed to breathe anymore because we're mothers or because we're wives?
Identity withheld, names withheld, so the story goes thus. This lady, she just put to bed. Surgery. She had a CS. And she came back home. She's still in pain. All of that. The mother-in-law wasn't around yet for Omugo. Her mom wasn't around yet for Omugo. So it was just basically she, her newborn baby, husband, and the child she had before this newborn. And then she was just telling me the story flippantly, but me.
Okay, so
Bells was going off. She was like, that she had an argument with her husband, and then he just left her, and she had to cook. She was cutting yam, and she was in pain. She was using one hand to hold her stomach, and she was cooking, but she was crying as she was cooking. And when she was saying, she was just saying it. But initially, I was like, okay, let me know scholars from this family else. But then I'm like, sorry, I don't understand. You just had surgery.
Yeah.
It's not like normal birth. You just had surgery, so you're not fully healed, and because of an argument, so what was your husband doing?
Because the child is hers to raise.
I'm
That's
sorry.
what showing.
No. Actually, some women don't even. It's not really because of the child. It's actually probably because let me just cook for the house, my husband. I don't want my husband.
That's why he would have the audacity.
It's the reality that we women in Africa have come to live. Like
it's a bullshit.
Our reality.
I reject this
Not
reality.
our reality, but it's the reality. Do you understand? Do you understand? The man is angry. A woman thinks it's my fault. What can I do? They don't think, it's his fault. Well, most women don't think it's.
What
can I do
to
to make him happy?
That line that they say when a woman says, a Yoruba woman says, "Mojia." I suffered on this.
Yeah.
It's actually very real.
Women
it's not just a saying.
So all the
That's
decisions they make
language.
is
Yoruba
because
language
of the
is very
kids.
Deep.
Yeah.
It's very deep, and I don't think there's any other language that expresses.
Everything is okay.
Okay, where am I going? When a woman says "Mojia Lori Awomo,"
yes,
it's literal as well as figurative.
Yeah, as well as figurative.
It's literal as well as figurative. Because yes, we can't take away from the fact that in the African culture, the woman is heavily invested in raising the children.
Emotionally, physically, everywhere.
She carried these babies for 9 months, and there's nothing.
And it doesn't end there.
And the baby tore African vagina.
Nothing goes.
That guy is angry.
Nothing really goes deeper.
Yeah.
She's not fully healed, and the man wants to sleep with her again.
Sister!
And then you come to social media and say she went out
I'm so
for
sorry I'm
party.
coming for you.
I'm so sorry. What's the reality?
I said something earlier.
Yeah.
That we tend to take bits of our culture that suit us and
reject the rest.
The rest that doesn't. I grew up in a very big family, a very big home, and my grandfather, my father. Well, my father for a time, he wasn't there all the time, but for the short while he was there, he did what he could, he did what he would do. But my grandfather from my mother's side was an exceptional human being, and I'd like to believe that's who I got my personality from, because the little things he would never have a plate of dodo and finish it. This is a man that he has grown children, right, but his grandchildren are in the house with him, and he has a plate of dodo, and he's eating, and he's telling us, you people will not let me eat in peace.
And nobody's disturbing him, right?
Stopping him. You people, and once it gets up from the table, all grandchildren, about 18 of us, are rushing for the plates already.
I'm sure that's why he lived that long. I don't know how long he lived. I'm sure that's why
he lived quite long.
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Long. But where am I going? If I take those examples in my life of men that were consistent in the lives of their children, and these are men that I consider to be African men.
Yeah.
Because my father you can't stand and greet my father. Oremi, Dobale.
No, that's another topic for another day.
Yeah, but what
Those-
he
what
said,
I'm
he was
saying.
a full-blooded African
African man.
Yes.
But there will
But
always be
still.
exceptions, definitely.
No, I agree there will be exceptions. But when people
Definitely.
say that in the African sense that this doesn't happen or that doesn't happen, guys, where are you getting your African dictionary from? I don't understand.
Yes,
Because
please. I
in
get
the
that.
African in the African sense, the upbringing of a child, the father is there. He
He's
has
just
to be
as
there.
responsible.
He's just as responsible as
I don't think people
everybody.
took that.
in
People
all,
didn't take that
Not
with-
in too many cases.
That's what
I'm
he's
sorry,
saying. That he
yeah.
thinks people have left that
They've
part
left-
out.
Yeah, because the examples are too
we've
few
seen,
to
yes, the
remember,
examples
or
are
to
few.
or to give us
Examples are-
examples.
Like I said,
yeah.
I can only take examples from
Your own experience.
Yeah.
my own
Yes.
experience.
I would say that whatever works for any relationship is what you should do. If in your situation, husband staying at home is what works for you, then please do that to make your marriage work. If it's the wife is the one who should stay at home,
Right.
and it's a consensus, not you lording over her
Yes.
to make her stay at home, then please do that, make that work. And then for women, I think we have a lot of things to unlearn. The job is in unlearning, not just learning. Because
Right.
if you're just soaking in, what about the others
All
that
the
have been
ones
there?
that you have.
So you have to, there's some things that we have to unlearn, some thinking processes that we have to unlearn to be able to relearn new things and accommodate new things. So
Married men with their wives, if you have issues, you don't put it on social media.
Yeah.
Solve it
Take
in-house.
notes.
If you can't
You
solve it
people
between
did not mention on social media.
thank you. That's
So
it.
don't come
That's
and
it.
no, but you guys,
That's
Don't come
When
and
they were
fight
loving
on
each other,
social
when he
media.
paid a surprise
He wasn't on
visiting
social
in
media.
one- But he was on social media.
At first.
Okay,
At
well,
first
at
it was.
first.
At
The
that point it
proposal-
was. Wait,
Last
so-
words.
So is this marriage even real?
Yeah, I know. Like, a lot
It's like, is
a
this
lot of people
marriage
couldn't
even
believe that, like,
real?
Osas, like, settled. Sorry. As I was saying.
marry.
So, my
Don't
own
marry.
personal... she didn't marry. So, a marriage is a partnership. And you can't have... I mean, yes, we have silent partners in companies, like organizations.
Yeah.
But it's not in marriage. You can't have a silent partner. You can't have, like, an Instagram dad or an absentee dad, and they now want to claim rights, you know, on upbringing of the child. No, you can't do that. So basically,
This is also generally speaking, not just related
Not
to-
just about this situation.
No,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
This is the one we saw recently,
Yeah.
but it's going round.
Remember that your wife is a human being, and vice versa. Because I've seen some women that actually ride their husbands.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like
Yeah.
they're very,
Yeah.
very domineering. So everybody has, like, you know, they have feelings. They have a rights. Do you understand?
They have ambitions,
They have,
vision.
already just like tapping into my last words to be who they are. So please let there be communication.
Yeah.
Communicate. Don't just be kissing. And this is not even about like marriage. Before you even marry somebody, there will be signs. You would know.
You would know.
In
Yeah.
the you would
There
know
will
the
be
person's
signs.
But you know,
responses.
yeah,
There
I
will be
understand. I mean, there will be
signs.
signs, but the thing is, let's not forget that human beings evolve.
Mhm.
There's always a chance, and I think everybody deserves the opportunity to evolve.
Communicate.
I'm officially breaking up this party. Here's what I'm leaving you with.
Yeah.
Dear Nigerian want to be parents, it is not by force to have a kid immediately you get
Oh my
married.
God, another topic.
Ding, 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 dong, dong, dong,
This
dong,
is
dong.
closing words, alright? Don't get into it. Do not get into it. Do not have a kid until you know you are absolutely ready and that both parties have what it takes, the capacity,
Yes.
the time, the funding. They can take out
Capacity
time
also
from
means
work or
emotional
whatever.
capacity.
Emotional capacity.
Yes.
Make sure that anybody that is asking you when are you having a child after you get married, tell them you
Bro,
are
you're
waiting
Yes.
on the Lord. Because
Yeah.
if we take our time to
Like, give me
plan
the
our
last few
families in
minutes.
Africa, some of these things that are happening will not happen because we have
Yes.
planned it out. Thank
And
you
marriages
so
of our
much,
sweetheart,
everybody,
Thank you.
for joining us.
Yeah.
Man of the year!
I hope it's
Oh,
not
by
because
the
of
way,
the
he
show
brought his
that's
gorgeous son.
talking
He's so
about
cute.
this.
He brought his son along with him today, so
Yeah.
we're going to go.
MVP
Love
of the
I know. Thank you, Ore. Thank you so much, Banke.
Why? You're not hyping us? Woo, back and women!
These are like my girls, so of course you know I hype you every day. So and I hype you at the beginning. Now, come on.
Okay.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm Ore, and this is what women want.